Hi guys, it's Maggie. We are here with Tracey Cunningham.
Hi.
And Slim of Olaplex. And earlier today, I mentioned that we were going to talk about the debunking the myths, and everybody got mad because they didn't have a good connection. We fixed everything, and we're going to go over this. So I'm going to flip this around and ask your questions. We're going to go over the 3 key myths of Olaplex, and then anything else you guys want to know? You're flipping this around. Okay, so the first thing we're going to start with, Tracey, is you were talking about curls, that it doesn't just have
Oh my God,
to be...
it's amazing on curls. It's amazing on curls. I was in Italy and my friend's hair is so frizzy. Sharon, hi Sharon. And I said, leave the Olaplex in your hair. And she was like, oh my God, it looks so much better. The next day she looked like $1,000,000, where the day before she looked like a dried up of something. Anyways, and my client Shakira loves to leave it in her curls, and it just, you know what, especially if your curls have, like, you know, been stretched out chemically and, you know, by hot tools, you know, it really brings your curls back, which is another really great thing.
And is it number 2 that you leave in? What number do you leave in?
You leave in number 3. Number 3 is the at home, but if you're a professional, you can leave your number 2 in. Okay. Like I leave my number 2 in.
All right, and it says don't wash.
I travel with my number 2.
You travel with your number 2, and how frequently should one use it? If you're giving it to a client, or whatever,
we say once a week.
This is Olaplex number 2, but for your client, you would say number 3. And literally, you can put like that much, and just spruce up the ends of your hair.
So you're using number 2 as a leave-in. Would you advise? Yes. Somebody is asking, are 2 and 3 the same?
The number 2 is for the professional. It's for the back bar in the salon. The number 3 is for the client.
And
it's just a little bit weaker. The number 3 is just a tiny bit weaker. Yeah.
And this you're putting on dry hair, but you can also put it on wet hair.
Yes. You could put it on dry hair if you just want to leave it in. I just put a little bit because you don't want to weigh it down at all. And then as a treatment, you can put it on damp towel dried hair or dry hair and fully saturate your hair, and then leave it on 10 minutes, longer than 10 minutes, overnight. Is awesome. Some people love it overnight. Shampoo and condition it out.
Okay, so somebody was
now, what are the myths?
The myths are, number 1, that it's just when you're using hair color.
Right.
Number 2 was that it's a conditioner. Yes. It's not a conditioner. So
it's not a conditioner. It has no silicones in it. It has no silicones, no oils, nothing that would make it feel slippery. But it is amazing. It's they wanted to put the Olaplex, the actual Olaplex ingredient, into a cream form so it would distribute evenly.
Yes. Will it make pure pigments color last longer and from fading?
Yes, because by using Olaplex in the bleach, in the color as a treatment, it will reduce the porosity in the hair. And so if the hair is less porous, the color actually adheres to the hair much longer. So it prevents the color from fading.
Okay, and then the other thing we wanted to address is availability, where you can get it. Right now, people think it's just in the US, but you are kind of all over the place now, right?
We're in the US and we're launching worldwide. We're in Asia, Europe,
But where
Canada.
in Asia? Where in Asia?
We are launching.
I know we just launched in Pakistan.
Yes, we're in Thailand. We're in the Philippines.
Why didn't we open that up? Slim and I are Filipino.
We're going over there.
We're going. We're going to
Somebody asked me about keratin. Can you use it with keratin?
Yes. So besides from using in color, you can use it as a standalone treatment, which is the best way to introduce yourself as a hairdresser and your client to Olaplex. And you would also use the standalone treatment prior to the keratin. So you would do the standalone treatment, leave that on 10 minutes longer, and then clarify shampoo, and then apply your keratin.
Okay, and what about blow drying? Do you use number 2 or number 3 to blow dry?
To blow dry, like to put it as a leave-in?
No, don't do it.
What do you?
I don't do that.
No. No, just shampoo and condition that out and then blow dry the hair.
Somebody's saying, why does it say to shampoo number 2?
Because you still want to condition the hair, you still want to cleanse the hair. Olaplex will relink the broken disulfide bonds in the hair. That's all it will do. But because it does that, you have a ton of benefits.
Wait, let me just say something. So my client says to me, Tracy, I used the Olaplex and I don't know, nothing really happened. And I said, how did you use it? I shampooed my hair, I put it in my hair for 5 minutes, and then I rinsed it out. And I'm like, it's a pre-treatment. It's a pre-treatment for your hair. Sleep in it, use it all night long. When I see people leave an instruction, leave it on for 10 minutes, it makes me crazy. I don't think you should do it unless you have an hour, at least. Like if you're at home and you're just, of course, when we're at the salon and we're doing it on our clients, I try to find every single way to use it on every single client as much as I can, because I can. But like if somebody has a base on their hair, we put Olaplex all over their ends, all over their ends. So, you know, you want your client to have the full benefit. It's not cheap. So have them leave it on for at least 1 hour. And I will tell you, my clients come back and say, that stuff that you sold me is a game changer. It is a game changer. And that's exactly how I felt. There's so many like aha moments, you know, or I wouldn't be standing here. Because you know what? It's Sunday and I want to be in LA right now and I'm in New York, you know.
It's nice in New York.
And I love the product so much that I believe in it.
Okay, so how long does it last? Once you put it on, how long does it last? Everybody's asking the same question.
The link that Olaplex creates is permanent of the broken disulfide bonds, but it really depends on how that client treats their hair. If they go home and they get a 400-degree flat iron without any heat protection, and they do that over and over and over again, of course they're going to be breaking more bonds in the hair. They go get another highlight, they didn't use Olaplex, and they really push the hair, then they will compromise their hair even more. But the number 3 is the best thing to use at home because they can maintain the health of their hair at home.
Are there benefits after just 15 minutes? Chemical benefits after just 15 minutes?
Of course there are. That's, you know, about all I have at the salon is 15-20 minutes. But I'm saying when you have the client take it home on their own, please have them use it for at least an hour because you want
every time
full
they shampoo,
benefit.
or once a week?
Right, once a week. Just leave it in your hair all night long, you know.
All right, who was that very famous person? I know you're not allowed to say. There's somebody very famous who was talking about it.
Oh yes, Kim Kardashian. She loves Olaplex. She just did a really great makeup session, a class, and they were asking her about like her favorite beauty tips. And she obviously went really blonde, then dark and blonde again, and she used Olaplex and saw a world of difference. Her tip was to put the number 3 overnight and then shampoo and condition it the next day.
Number 3 overnight shampoo. Okay, so in a nutshell, tell us what 1, 2, and 3 do, because people are confused about 2 and 3. So
okay.
1, you add to color.
1 is the same ingredient that is put inside the cream.
The concentrate.
So it's just all the whole brand is number 1. And then this is number 1 in a cream form. There's nothing in here. There's no oils. There are no silicones. Nothing. There is nothing.
All right, so
it's just this in a boring old cream. Yeah, it's just this in a boring cream. And then you have number 3 that your clients can take home, because you don't want to sell them the number 2 because it's so big. And you want them to buy a new one every time they come in.
Yes.
So number 1, number 2, and number 3 are basically the same thing.
Yes, they all contain the same active ingredient. Add this into your color to prevent breakage. And then you can apply this to the hair after you rinse out, bleach to repair the bonds in the hair. And then number 3, you give them to take home to maintain the health.
Someone just asked a very interesting question about using it on a mannequin head. How do you feel about that, using it on a mannequin head?
If it's hair.
I think it's fine.
If it's natural hair.
I think it's fine.
Yeah. I mean, if it's hair, it's hair. So it will relink the bonds in the hair. A lot of people love it on extensions.
Yeah, that's true.
You have extensions, you color them, bleach them, do a lot of thermal styling, and after a while, they're wrecked. I've seen many people do an Olaplex treatment, and it's like their extensions are brand new.
All right, Heather Chapman, yes, Tracy.
Hi, Heather. How are you? The braid queen. Right?
Yeah, she's got our current cover. Heather is on our current cover. I'll show it to you.
I love it. Did she styled it?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, she sent it to us. It's beautiful. Okay, last question, you guys. How do you charge differently when you're using Olaplex?
It depends on the salon, your location, your current price point, but I suggest to introduce your client by doing a standalone Olaplex treatment and increase all your prices in the salon by a percentage, because you are their hairdresser. You want to give them the healthiest hair. You don't want to give them an option.
Right, so I'm not going to be told what to do. I'm not going to be like, can I use Olaplex on you or not? Do you want your shit to fall off or not? You know what I mean? I just don't want to, I don't want to leave it up to them. I just, move up your prices to $30.
And there's no strength difference between 3, 2, or 1.
Yes.
There is
The concentrate, number 1 is the concentrate. Number 2 contains 15% of the concentrate. Number 3 contains 12.5%.
Oh, okay, that was good. All right, that was a good question. Whoever sent that, that was a very good question. You guys, thank you so much. We had a wonderful get together, we had a wonderful day today. We shot 2 great models. It was wonderful. Actually, we're still in the middle of shooting one.
We are.
We're still
October,
you guys.
October.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Thanks. We had a great day.
Thank
Thanks
you.
everybody for tuning in. Bye.